What's up, everyone? It's getting to that point where I'm just here. Like, I'm not even like, I'm at the point where I'm not even caring at all whether I win, whether I lose. I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm just here to accept the process, enjoy the process, and keep going day after day. Hopefully, you guys are all doing good. Today is September 12th, 2025. I'm pretty sure there's no news, but let's go ahead and pull that up and see if there's news. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are all doing good. Oh, we actually do have news at 10 a.m. Consumer sentiment, inflation expectations. So, cool. Let's go ahead and pull up the charts, open up Discord, open up Discord, and also get out my notepad so I can calculate my risk across my accounts. And yeah, hopefully today can be a good day. One day at a time. Here we go. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. So, let's go to the correct page. Okay. And then yep. All right. Let's get out my pen. Where is it? Okay. And then I'm going to start calculating the risk on my notepad. Let's go ahead and pull up TradingView, see what we got going on. So, 1 minute chart had a crazy 830 spike here. It looks like a data low, but I don't think it is. Now maybe it is if I go to the, let's include yellow folder just in case. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So I don't know what happened at 830. What the heck? What is that? I don't know what happened at 830. We do have a rejection block here on the 1 minute. Did that rejection block take out highs? Actually, it did. That's a London SMT, huh? SMT with London high. Kind of. Good enough for me. So this rejection block looks pretty clean. 1 minute rejection block. Very interested in trying out Phoenix model here. This seems very, very nice. Swept out all these highs. With the rejection block swept out all of those highs. We could also look for a low time frame. A low time frame. Change in state off of it, but I don't know, guys. I'm kind of considering taking this as a Phoenix Mini. That would be kind of nice. So yeah, London S&T. This rejection block swept out all of those highs. So this could end up being accumulation, and And then we have another SMT here. So we need to get SMT with a high after 9 o'clock. And then that'll be 90-minute SMT. Yeah, guys, I think I'll take this. This Phoenix model, this Phoenix Mini. If it ends up creating 90-minute SMT, then I'd probably take this. This is one of those trades, if it was in my journal, I feel like I would not be too upset. Then again, we could wait for lower time frame change state off of it. It's a 5-minute rejection block. What up, random guy? How's it going, man? It's a 5-minute rejection block. Oh yeah, it's because I forgot to switch it back. It's using my webcam microphone. That should be better. Yeah. Sorry, bro. It's just I forgot to switch it back because I was recording that video I made on Wednesday. I was recording it with the webcam microphone. Watered down. Yeah, it sounds better now. Yeah, I forgot to switch it back. But this mic is way better. This mic is way better. So I really like this idea. And once again, it all comes down to, like, if this trade was in my journal, would I be proud of it if it was a loss? And the answer is honestly probably yeah. I would say so. But I kind of want to look for low time frame change in state off of it. But yeah, let's pull up, or let's start marking out my risk. So if I took this, it would probably be off of a 30-second change in state off of it. This is kind of what I'm looking for. Is I want to see us get 30-second change in state. And then maybe a low time frame SMT here too. I would not mind that. Like this. Whoops. And then we got a nice wick to target. Just a thought. Now, I guess market's bullish, but I don't know. It could definitely manipulate. Okay, I'm gonna mark out my risk. I'm gonna open up Trade of 8. What date is it? Oh, it's the 12th. Okay. Okay, base risk. So if I was risking 200, that's usually 10 micros. So this is showing 200. Probably gonna be like 1.5 micros. Or 15 micros. Wait. Yeah, because we're on NASDAQ. So 15 MNQ. Right, I'm kind of curious. This could end up being a soup here. This could be a soup. I don't know if it will be, but okay, we ended up taking that high. Oh, why did we sweep the high of the rejection block? That doesn't seem like that was good. Okay. Let's get rid of this then. Okay. Where's my phone at? I need to make sure my Top Step accounts are set up. Yeah. At this point, guys, I just show up. And show up day after day. Here it is. Okay. Oh, it needs to charge. Okay. Let me make sure the risk is put in correctly. Years after years, dude. Years after years. And yeah. Like, I'll keep showing up. Okay. Adjusting the daily loss limit to be correct on my personal. And then adjusting the daily loss limit to be correct on here. So I'm only trading personal and Top Step today. Okay. Okay, alright, got that written down. And yeah, risk settings look good. Okay. So yeah, once again, the beauty of trading is I could take, as long as I don't, Jake, would you call yourself profitable? I used to think that I was profitable back when I was getting those payouts. I would say I have a lot of potential, but I don't know if I would consider myself consistently profitable. What do you think, random guy? I don't. I'm just being real. Like, I don't know if I would consider myself consistently profitable, but I think it has to do. A lot of it has to do with um, the market being a mirror. A lot of it has to do with that, and not that I don't know what I'm doing, but the market's a mirror, and that if I am not disciplined, then I'm gonna do something stupid. All right, I think you're profitable, but just slow. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm profitable, but the issue is like I said. Oh yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Maybe very slightly. Yeah, I think like I was saying, the market's a mirror, so um, it's not that I don't know what I'm doing. It's just that I need to master patience, psychology, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I trade IFGs, but I also trade um, like change the state of delivery. It's like market maker models and 2022 models. Basically, I just trade highs and lows. I target old highs and lows and use one of three or four entries to target those highs or lows. Yeah, this kind of looks like AMD here. This entire range looks like A, M, and now D, and yeah, the main reason we're continuing higher here is we haven't hit our weekly objective, which is all time highs. Right, all time highs hasn't been hit, and that is the biggest reason for why um, we need to keep going higher here. So we gotta at least go to all time highs. But anyway, I'm sitting here waiting, ready for something obvious to happen, and I'm gonna let the market come to me. I want to mark out. So we got all time highs up here. Once again, guys, I am just sitting here patiently like a gun duelist. Like, I'm ready to react to what the market gives me, and not anything else. I'm just sitting here waiting. I want to mark out time, right? I want to mark out midnight. I want to mark out 7:30, 8:30. Yeah, interesting. Look, we've already swept midnight. We've already swept 7:30. We've already swept 8:30. Market's probably drawing higher at this point, right? Why? Because look, we've already manipulated midnight, and then we already had a session manipulation at below 7:30. This was the session manipulation. So on the session, okay. So what does this look like for the day? This looks like accumulation. Accumulation, manipulation below midnight. Yeah, I just don't know if we'll get that because we already had a manipulation here, right? Look, 7:30. Here's our key time. We manipulate down below that key time into what a Piper into below the 7:30 open, or below our true session open there. So once again, midnight we manipulate midnight for the daily range here. Now we've manipulated 730. So what I'm saying is the market kind of has already manipulated for the daily range and the session range. So I don't know how much lower it needs to go. Yeah, I'm looking for maybe like a super low time frame manipulation, but look at this. We swept Asia low, so what does that tell us? It's probably London low of day and then New York continuation. But I don't think we're going to get that much manipulation, to be honest. So once again, Asia swept here. So yeah, and I definitely want, along with us still having our drawn liquidity being all-time highs, we still have opportunity from here to all-time highs. There's still a 30-point range we could get in on. So you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to necessarily fight the way it's going. Right now we're driving up towards all-time highs. We've manipulated the midnight open. We've manipulated true session open into. Let's look here. We have we might have had like a 5-minute gap. Yeah, we have like a 5-minute gap here. So a 5-minute gap. Almost feels a little too easy. You always have to be a little cautious of when the market feels a little too easy, because yeah, a lot of time it's too good to be true. No trades before 9:45. Yeah, valid, bro, valid. I'm just kind of marking out some stuff here. We manipulated Asia's lows into a 1 hour fair value gap, and we also manipulated midnight, right? So this seems like manipulation to me. And then we had another manipulation into this 5-minute gap here. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Now, once again, guys, feel free to disagree with me. Please disagree with me, actually, because I don't like getting tunnel vision, right? But yeah, we manipulate midnight, then we manipulate 7:30. Let me sweep this low. Do we have SMT? Not sure. I'm not sure if there was SMT. Anyway, I'm gonna put this in my journal for possible 1 minute, 1 hour, 5-minute models. It's also possible. Maybe we come back down. We have a 5-minute. It's always possible we manipulate again, and maybe we retest the change in state. But I don't know, guys. I'm just waiting for something. I'm waiting for the market to come to me. So 5-minute change in state down here. We never actually tested it, so I don't know. We'll probably not come back down to it, but still, right? Good morning, SK. How's it going, bro? So yeah, I'm gonna put this in my journal for 1 hour, 5-minute models. I think it's a decently strong looking model, right? Because you know, we got the daily manipulation of Asia, we got the manipulation of 7:30 here for the session. So I'm gonna put this in my journal. Once again, guys, please disagree with me, because I don't want to get tunnel vision, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So, and guys, I'm wrong all the time, but I do think, you know, it makes sense. We could be drawing up to all-time highs, right? So, but once again, I'm kind of sitting here like a duelist, waiting for the market to present itself to me, not necessarily the other way around. I'm not gonna try and predict. I'm gonna react. So it's important to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm gonna mark this out as a 1 hour, 5 minute model, possibly up to all-time highs. I'm doing good, dude. I'm doing good. So 1 hour, 5 minute model, possibly up to all-time highs. Let's go ahead and put that in my journal as a possibility. Okay, so one thing I'm surprised about is I'm not seeing much SMT from the perspective of you know, the lows. The lows don't have SMT here, but we do have bearish SMT with the highs, which I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that is a little concerning, right? We have bearish SMT with the highs and not the lows. So it's possible that we actually are accumulating. Now maybe we're manipulating with SMT with London high, right? This is a possibility. So hang on, right? We're just observing price action. Actually, we have previous day's high SMT here. Right? So yeah, we have London SMT. Yeah, guys, look, we kind of have stacked SMTs with London and with previous day's high. Just a thought. Once again, I don't know for sure what's going to happen, but I like marking stuff out. And once again, a lot of time that when I first get on the charts, guys, that's usually when my analysis is the worst because my brain's still kind of warming up. For real, what? I was looking at these buys on paper because it was outside the session. Now I just hope it gives the entry coming lower first. Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is maybe this model is complete now. Maybe actually, we're going to get AMD to the downside now. It's just a thought. With having these SMTs here and having swept previous day's high, it's just a thought. Once again, guys, I'm just kind of I'm just trying to let my brain flow here, not trying to get tunnel vision. I mean, market is definitely bullish, but you know, I'm trying to be thoughtful. You know, we're below our times right now. Just a thought. What kind of key level? Do we have a key level up here? I mean, technically, maybe you can consider that a rejection block. I don't know, guys. We should probably just look at the lower time frame. But right now we do have S&T with this high, I think. Let's actually just look at S&P, not both. If I need to look at YM, I'll look at YM later, but I don't want to right now. I don't know, guys. I definitely could see both sides. Market's probably bullish though. Honestly, let's just go down to the lower time frame. I kind of like the initial idea. Because it really does look like a London manipulation, New York continuation day. I mean, we should at least drop to all-time highs here. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that. I think it's not gonna be bearish. I think it's gonna be bullish. So with that, we ended up having a 5-minute gap liquidity sweep. And manipulation of 730. It's kind of like a IRL to ERL type play where we had a 1-hour gap, now we have a 5-minute gap. And then we're taking essentially maybe a low time frame model up to all-time highs. I don't know. Just a thought. There's no good change in state of delivery. I'm gonna try and be thoughtful. I'm gonna go on a walk and use the bathroom. I guess it's not 7:26, so I'll be fast. Actually, yeah, I should probably. So yeah, what might happen is market open might need to manipulate. Okay, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Okay, yeah, I think I've been thinking about it while I was in the bathroom, and this really does seem like a higher time frame buy model. Because of that, I think anything other than move from these gaps, which would be internal range liquidity, to external range liquidity, just doesn't make sense to me. I think we got to find a move that takes advantage of this this price leg here. That's just how I feel. We had a 5-minute gap there. Where's the first percent for value gap? Do we got it yet? Not quite. We have a fair value gap and discount. Oh my gosh, what? Oh, that was market open. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? I thought the market already opened. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're drawing up to all-time highs. We're going to hit all-time highs here. Oh, yeah, what? What the heck? Yeah, that is weird, Kirk. ES going down. Wow, that's so interesting. Wow, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's going down. Where's the RTH gap? Where's the RTH gap? RTH gap is below. Kind of want to see us manipulate midnight then. I think we need to manipulate midnight actually. Which is super far down, but the RTH gap is below. So that actually makes a ton of sense. Yeah, we're going to probably need to go manipulate midnight one more time because the RTH gap. So this is not going to hold, I'm guessing. It's going to look like it's going to hold temporarily. Man, this 30-second change of state is probably going to deliver us lower. So this is probably going to deliver us to midnight. But when I take a trade, I want it to be across all my accounts, and I'm not wanting to take this across all my accounts. So yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna deliver lower to midnight because the RTH gap is below, and I think that's gonna end up getting filled, and then we'll go higher. So yeah, like I said, short from like this. There might have been a 5-minute gap, but it looks like I feel like the RTH gap. Yeah, look at this. The RTH gap is below. I think we'll fill this, right? So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. So what I kind of think is going on is I think this is accumulation. This was manipulation. I don't know what 5-minute key level it was, but it's 30-second change in state. And I think we're going to end up filling the RTH gap. But when I take a trade, I want it to be with confidence across all my accounts. So, trying to be patient. What I might do is, this is just super obvious of a buy model to me. I like that the 5-minute change in state is below midnight. I might just take it as a 1 hour, 5-minute model where, you know, we have a 5-minute change in state delivery here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna put a limit order there. And unfortunately, that's gonna be hard for me to do on my personal, but yeah, whatever. Or what I might do is we have a 5-minute gap down there around where the change state delivery is. With a 5-minute gap where the change state delivery is, below the true day open. I might look for 30-second change state delivery off of this. Yeah, that's gonna be a cleaner, higher RR trade. So that's kind of what I want to see here. So that trade that we're tape reading, just take profit. That was 2.8 to 1. That was nice. Then again, though, we could just take it as a change state delivery entry. Oh, we got triple equal lows. Oh. Yeah, look at these triple equal lows. Yeah, the market's probably drawn there. Realistically, that's probably what's happening. So yeah, we did have previous day's high. What up, Medbach? We did have previous day's high SMT. I like these triple equal lows. But once again, that trade where I was saying the RTH gap would likely get filled, it just got filled. So yeah, accumulation, manipulation. We had previous day's high SMT, and then I noted the 30-second change of state that filled the RTH gap here. That was 2.8 to 1. I didn't take it, but I just observed it. So we filled the RTH gap. We got a 5-minute change of state here. We might need to come down further. Maybe we need to come down to OTE. That's something to consider, right? Maybe we got to come down to the sniper model entry. It's always a consideration. I think that the triple equal lows will at least get induced at the very least. So I think we got to come down to here. I know I liked this 5-minute change state delivery initially, but I actually think we have triple equal lows. I doubt that these don't get taken. So triple equal lows. We're now below midnight. Once again, we had a sweep of Asia. So I could take this, guys, I could take this as a flow state inducement where basically instead of entering at the change in state of delivery, we could just enter as an inducement of these triple equal lows, right? Enter below the change in state of delivery as an inducement of these triple equal lows, and maybe stop somewhere like this. Yeah. So this is a higher RR version of the same exact trade that we were considering, and then up to all-time highs. So flow state inducement, 5-minute change in state, 1 hour gap. We have triple equal lows, and we enter as an inducement of the triple equal lows. I kind of like that. So I'm gonna put a limit order there. That's gonna be my trade. I'm gonna go up to all-time highs. Yeah, it has been a rough week. So triple equal low inducement. So this is so flow state inducement. 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 hour, 5-minute model, and quantity is 0.3. So that means base risk is 3 MNQ. If I was risking 200, if I'm risking 800, that's 12 MNQ. And so with my personal, I'm just gonna have to do 1 MNQ. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put a limit order at those triple equal lows. And then on my top step, I'm gonna do 12 MNQ with stop loss at the low. What prop firm? Top step. Yeah, I think if this was in my journal, I would like it. It's not a low time frame trade, it's just a simple higher time frame trade. Okay. So yeah, notice how the 5-minute change in state ended up causing a reaction. Okay, then stop loss at the low. 0.39. Oh wow, we're going up off the changing state. Nice inversion for value gap here. Probably. I'm not convinced. There's triple equal lows below. I want to be basically I want to soup that. I'm not convinced yet. But the 5-minute change in state below midnight, that did end up supporting price. Could have taken it. I could have taken it just on that 5-minute change of state. I considered it, but with the triple equal lows below, I thought it'd be better risk reward to put a limit order there instead of at the change in state. And I don't really regret it. I think it's fine. So, yeah. Notice how the RTH gap got filled perfectly. So, to me, this is still all accumulation. Do you know what's an implied gap? Yeah. So whenever I say implied gap, I mean I don't know what other people refer to, but what I refer to is using 2 or 3 candles as one candle when I'm drawing out a fair value gap. So for instance, this would be a 3-minute implied inverse fair value gap. So yeah, this would be a 3-minute implied inverse fair value gap. So I guess we could take this as a 3-minute implied inverse fair value gap. Look at ES again. Red folder in 12 minutes. I'm going to keep my limit order where it is. Did we not sweep midnight? Oh my gosh. I don't think we swept midnight. Oh no, we did. Why did I mark it out badly? Am I dumb? Must have accidentally moved it. Yeah, we did. Anyway, I'm going to keep my limit order where it is. I'm going to try and clean up the chart a little bit here. So I'm going to get rid of sniper model entry. Alright. This is personally what I want to take if this happens. So I have a limit order there. So 1 hour gap, sweep of Asia low, 5-minute change in state. And then I want to enter on an inducement. Okay, let's figure out where to put the stop loss on the regular account, the personal account. Okay, 986. Alright, so this is how it looks on my personal. On the personal, it's 7-1. On my top steps, it's like this. And the reason is because I can only risk one micro. So yeah, I have a limit order there. Let's clean up the chart a little bit more. And you guys know where I'm at, or where I'm entering. Again, you guys know already. But what I'm looking at now is, yeah, I think what will happen is we'll end up having SMT here with YM. So this will actually have SMT, and this is actually a true London SMT because it's with London low. So SMT with YM with London low with these triple equal lows. So I kind of like that a lot, actually. Yeah, I don't think I'd regret this trade. I wouldn't regret this trade. I wouldn't. I'd be fine with it. Higher time frames bullish. I think we should still drop to all-time highs. Judas 930 Judas swing makes sense. But guys, I'm just at the point where I show up, take something I think is good, and then dip, and then show up again the next day. And that's really all I'm doing at this point. So hopefully you guys understand what my trade is, right? I have a limit order below the 5-minute change state of delivery to induce these triple equal lows. And then I'm going to target all-time highs. Oh, wow. Whoa. Dealing range. Wait, let's bring this down one. Interesting. We have low time frame SMTs with ES here. So we have SMT with YM here, SMT with ES here. So guys, this is, once again, this is where I'm taking my trade, right? If it taps that the triple equal lows, which is an inducement below the 5 minute change in steady delivery, that's where I would enter, and then I would target all-time highs. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We got news in 5 minutes still? Yeah. What might happen is there might be a rejection block up there and we might get Phoenix model. Oh, this is a good looking Phoenix model. Oh my gosh, is this just me or is this a really good looking Phoenix model? I actually might take this as a short. Look at that rejection block. Yeah, it's a 5 minute rejection block too. And we have SMT with this high. Guys, I might take this to the triple equal lows. So 8. News is in 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I like this, guys. There's just 2 sets of triple equal lows here.
Order rejected.
Okay, I'm putting that sell limit in. We still haven't induced the high. Yeah, once again, guys, I'm just here showing up and taking risks on trades, and then if a trade loses, I journal it and I move on. I'm not really, at this point, I'm so over the whole, oh, I'm so worried if it's gonna lose and that kind of stuff. I'm just here. I'm just here showing up, executing things that make sense to me. Once again, this rejection block is super, super obvious. Everyone sees it. It's hard to miss. So we have S&T with it. We actually have a previous day's high S&T with it. Congrats? For what?
Order filled.
Okay, I'm in. And we got so many triple equal lows here. Yeah, I'm at the point where you know what, trades are gonna lose, trades are gonna win. I'm just here. I'm just here. So if this loses, then it's like whatever, dude. I don't care. My order is in. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. You know what I mean? I don't care. And I have a so where I'll get stopped out will probably be sooner than the actual high because I have a daily drawdown set at only risking $20 per trade. So have a 1 minute rejection block as well. Alright, good night, random guy. Peace out. So, you could go break even now if you want. You could also take profit here. Totally valid. You could go break even here. Yeah, let's just go break even here. I think that's a reasonable thing to do.
Order rejected.
Yeah, let's go. Once again, take profit here if you want. I just have conviction in the triple equal lows, so I'm at this point I'm just gonna be holding. But on Top Step, I'm scaling out. I'm gonna scale out on Top Step right now. So yeah, I'm actually gonna scale out half here on Top Step. Well, actually, we have triple equal lows here too. So I'm trying to figure out what's best. I'll just go 8. I'll do half here and then half at the lows. Actually, we'll take some off here for sure. Let's take some off here. Okay, I took some off on Top Step. Because why would I not? So yeah, I've already taken some profit. I'll take another quite a bit off more at these triple equal lows. I could have taken more off, but whatever. Once again, this rejection block was super, super obvious. That's why I liked it. I still have conviction in the triple equal lows. I'm gonna get break evened. Dang, dude.
Stop filled.
I should have taken more off. I don't know. That was a good trade. It was just, I don't know. Should have taken more off. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should have taken more off, guys. I could have. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. That's why I journal, right? That's why I journal. But, I mean, just once again, guys, why do I like this rejection block? Because it's so obvious, and it comes with previous day's high S&T. It is so obvious. That's why I liked it. So, okay, I'm going to exit out of all the positions. I'm not sure if that was incorrect management or if that was good. I did my best, and that's my best is all I can do. My best is all I can do. You know what I mean? I just have to accept that my best is my best, and then just keep moving on to the next day. So, could I have scaled out a little bit more? Maybe trailed some? Yeah, I could have, right? At least I took some profit, you know what I mean? Wow, look at that inverse value gap. What actually could happen is this could actually... Yeah, guys. I think this inverse value gap is gonna be induced. It's gonna be used as liquidity, meaning the market's gonna go lower off of this. So like, people are gonna go long on this inverse value gap, but the Phoenix model is gonna deliver price lower, and the inverse value gap people are gonna get wrecked. I think that's what's gonna happen here. I think the Phoenix model is gonna hold. But I'm not going to re-enter. I'm just going to go on a walk. But I do think that it looks good, but it's also just not making sense in context of the liquidity. So I think that this inverse value gap is inducing people to go long to get liquidity at these triple equal lows. That's my guess. But I'm not re-entering. Yeah, I think what I did was perfectly fine. If I'm being totally honest, I think what I did was perfectly fine, guys. I really do. I really do think what I did was perfectly fine. Trading is just trade management, probabilities, and managing risk. And, yeah. But then again, guys, this inverse value gap actually did end up working out. So, yeah. Once again, trading is just managing risk, probabilities, and yeah, I'm gonna go on a walk. Nice little Phoenix model there. probably hit like 2 to 1, but I just I only took probably like a third or a half off or something like that. So on the personal, I didn't take anything off because it's like it's personal. I can do whatever I want. If I want to take the big wins when I hit the big wins, I'm gonna take the big wins on personal because it's literally my money. I can do what I want on personal. High time frame narrative. So I just drew this out. High time frame narrative is I think that this is a buy model. So you can't see here. 1 hour gap, Asia low sweep, 5 minute gap. This low swept, and I think we'll probably deliver to all time highs. So yeah, that inverse for value gap's playing out. Cool, I guess. Cool. I was wrong. I was wrong about that inverse for value gap. Right? Okay, I have to go on the 2 minute walk, guys. But yeah, I'm all out of the position, and I'll journal it. And we move on to tomorrow. You know what I mean? We move on to tomorrow. We keep getting better. But hey, a win's a win. 1 for 1. And now we move. Now I'm going to go on a walk. But the beauty of this right now, guys, is we didn't take a loss. I still have 2 trades left for the day. If two, possibly way more than that, if I had more wins. But you get what I'm saying. Like, the beauty of not taking a loss is now I'm able to keep trading, right? Because my rule is 2 losses max in a day. But if I win or break even, I can have unlimited of those. So. Anyway, that inversion for value gap ended up playing out really nicely, and so I stand corrected. Like Gary was saying, high time frame narrative this is a buy model, and so the Phoenix model worked temporarily, but failed in the long run because we're in a buy model, right? So it's all about the high time frame narrative. So yeah, it looks like we'll draw the all-time highs here. I think we already hit it. Yeah, looks like we did. So good job if you took that inversion fair value gap to all-time highs. That was clean. Nice little 2 minute. Where is rejection block? Rejection block is this, dude. Rejection block is the really, really obvious thing that looks stupidly obvious on everyone's chart. It's a giant wick. Measure out consequent encroachment of that. That's a rejection block. And a lot of time this is going to allow you to top tick stuff. And also there was low time from SMT here. That's why this ended up working out so well, is because we had stacked SMTs. So we delivered a lower off of it, but then higher time from narrative was bullish. But yeah, we had stacked SMTs. This was 90-minute SMT. Alright, previous day's high SMT, 90-minute SMT. And now we just hit all-time highs. And so this rejection block, wow, is it good? Because it comes with SMT and it takes out essentially all the highs. So it takes out these highs. So that's why I liked it. That's why I liked it. It came with stacked SMTs and it took out all the highs. So consequent encroachment. Thought it was going to reject us lower. It did temporarily, but only temporarily. And the reason for that is just the higher time frame narrative. Higher time frame narrative is bullish. So. Now, okay, so we haven't taken a loss. We can keep going. You know what I mean? We haven't taken a loss. We can take another trade if we see opportunity, but only if there's something that I like. So now we just took all-time highs. But once again, guys, when we get back to all-time highs, usually we continue higher. Where's the first presented for value gap? Wow, there was no for value gaps all through here. Oh my gosh. No way. Dude, I should have just taken all off at the first presented for value gap. Because look. Oh my gosh, bro. Sniper entry, dude. Can't make that up. First presented for value gap doing the dirty work there. Sheesh. You see that first presented for value gap? You see that? That's clean. That's undeniable right there. That's undeniable. You know what's even probably more undeniable is that we probably hit no, ES has not taken its all-time high. The first presented for value gap is actually so cool. Like, if you don't like the first presented for value gap, guys, come on, dude. This is so sick. So now look at this. We probably tap consequent encroachment of it. You think that's random, huh? You think that's random? You think that is random? Oh my gosh. That's just funny. People actually think this is random. That's impossible. That is impossible. That is literally the definition of impossible for that to be random. Guys. Consequent encroachment of that first presented for value gap. That's impossible for that to be random. That's impossible. Okay, yeah, issue is I don't want to short now at all, because at this point it's very clear we're in a buy model. You know, we did end up let's see here. I don't know at this point, guys. What do you guys think? But guys, I think it's so cool how the RTH gap as well. Look at the RTH gap too. Look at how all these concepts we learn about all play a role in price action. First presented for value gap perfectly supports price. The RTH gap, that's the reason that we delivered lower on market open. That's the whole entire reason. Look. The RTH gap, whoops. That's the whole reason that we went lower on market open. Look at this. The RTH gap was right here. We fill the RTH gap and then we continue higher. We backtest the first presented for value gap. Like all these concepts that we learn about, they're working and they're gonna continue working. And it's just never gonna stop, guys. It's never gonna stop. I thought maybe we'd go down to those equal lows. But I was wrong. Yeah, what do you guys think now? I don't know. I'm just gonna watch price action. If there's nothing obvious, I don't need to do anything. Yeah, just look at this. RTH gap perfectly filled. First limit for value gap perfectly back tested. And we had, oh, look, you know another big reason why? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have S&T into the first presented for value gap. So what's this, guys? If I had been totally aware and alert, what's this? It's a first strike model, right? Should I have probably stayed bullish? Sure, but I don't know, guys. I thought it was possible we could manipulate more. But look at that. Look at that. If I had just been on side with the market, look at the S&T here. The first presented for value gap tap. And then we have a 15-second change in state of delivery. And now where are we going? Probably to the 8th standard deviation. Watch this. And I'm measuring out from the bodies. Because that's what makes sense. 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at the 7th. We'll probably go to the 8th. Well, it's just so fun being at all-time highs. So much fun. It's like my favorite thing. My first strike model. Wow. Who would have thought we're going up the max extension? I mean, this is max extension right here, the 4th standard deviation. But this is like, this is the Jake trades at max extension right here. Actually, we might only go to the 7th. It's always possible. I'll journal that later. I'm not super picky about it right now. But yeah, it's unfortunate because now it's like, well, now what do we do? Like the whole entire. We wanted to be bullish. Now what? $15-second Reaper maybe. Always possible, but yeah, I'm not sure. Man, that first presented for value gap trade would have been nice. Once again, if I had saw that in the moment, I actually probably would have exited the initial trade because that is extremely bullish. That's extremely bullish. Oh, interesting. We might end up getting change in state. Nothing obvious though. Oh man. Man, that inversion for value gap actually was decently good, guys. I'm sorry for hating on inverse for value gap so much. I gotta understand that they're like, inversion for value gaps, they have edge, but like sometimes I do like to fade them when they look kind of dumb because I don't know. I hate it when they fail. But they objectively they are good. Like this 2-minute inversion was just clean. It's clean. Even though we didn't sweep out the low. That was the one thing, but we had SMT. That's kind of what made this inversion for value gap work is we had SMT. And it was delivering off the first presented for value gap. So maybe this would have failed, right? If we didn't have those other confluences. If we didn't have the SMT here, if we didn't deliver off the first presented for value gap, but because we did, this inversion for value gap actually worked out pretty well. Dodgy's playing with your mind. No, well, here's the thing, right? This inversion for value gap, it's in the middle of the consolidation here. If it didn't have those extra 2 confluences and we weren't at all-time highs, there's actually a chance this could have failed. Because, once again, if we didn't have S and T with this low and the first presented for value gap, then maybe it wouldn't be high probability enough. But once again, we had those triple equal lows below. I kind of thought we were going to go there. But in general, it was decent. Mainly because the S&T was right here. We had the S&T. We're delivering from that first presented for value gap. Right here. And we might get an inversion to the downside. I really don't want to short, so I'm not going to take it. Even though from a liquidity standpoint it could make sense, I'm just not going to short at all-time highs. You're funny, Kirk. You're funny. But yeah, it was decent. It's one of those trades that, yeah, I could have just taken it. But the thing that makes me the most mad is when those fail, because when those fail, I just feel like I'm an idiot. Like, I just got induced into taking an inverse of value gap in 3 candles just because it was a 3-candle inversion. And then I beat myself up so much because I'm like, that was just, you know what I mean? Like, I hate it when they lose. So, one thing I could consider here is we could take a short. I don't want to take a short, but this is kind of like the SOTEP type of trade where you literally just go, okay, short, target 1-to-1, be done. I don't really want to do it, but it's a thought, right? Short, target 1-to-1, be done. I don't really want to do it. It's not worth it to me. But then again, if it works, then I'm obviously going to be like, well, Nah, this is not something I'd like in my journal. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This isn't something that's like, if this was in my journal, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, that was a good trade. But this, the trade that I took on that rejection block, the consequent encroachment, I do think that one, I'm gonna give post trade approval, and I would take that again. The only thing I would change is, actually, I don't think I would change anything. I think it was fine. I wish, the main thing is I wish I saw that we had SMT with the first center for value gap, because at that point it would have gone out. At that point it would have gone out. Had I had seen that in the moment, and I didn't, I could have preserved some gains that way. But past that, I think that that the rejection block trade was pretty good. The only thing I would change is next time if we get SMT with the rejection block, especially when we get CRT with the first center for value gap and SMT, I'm gonna get out next time, because that's very, very not good for my short. Oh wow, it's almost 11:10. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you just can't be bearish here. You just can't be bearish. As much as I wish to be bearish, it's just not. It's not gonna be a high probability trade at this point. I hate all-time highs. Macro's probably gonna take us higher because, you know, we have a 5-minute for value gap. So this is probably gonna deliver us higher here. 5-minute for value gap. We might sweep the low one more time. Or we react off of OT here. So yeah. Interesting. React off OT there. I kind of think we might need to sweep the low one more time. So yeah, probably sweep the low, and then what will happen is probably 30-second change of state. But if we go lower, I'm not opposed. I hate all-time highs. I hate all-time highs. It's also possible we need to come back to the 15-minute gap, but right now it's kind of looking like we're displacing up. Okay. So the candle closed looking like it respected that gap. So I'm going to tape read this. But I think, you know, there's nothing light bulb here. Okay. So let's just see if the change state delivery delivers us higher. Right? I'm not saying it's necessarily going to, but it's tape read. Tape read just... But actually, it's not even worth tape reading because it's just a stupid trade. I think the most we should do is just mark out the gap and be done. A way we could have taken this better is we could have gotten more precise with this 1-minute rejection block. Because once again, about the 1-minute rejection block and the 5-minute rejection block, very similar size, Stupid is as stupid does. One thing we could have done to maybe be a little bit more precise is 1 minute rejection block. We can use a 1 minute rejection block instead of the 5 minute rejection block because the 1 minute rejection block also looks perfectly fine. It's super obvious. It's super obvious. And because it's a lower time frame level, it allows us to be more precise. So we could have used this 1 minute rejection block and we actually could have aligned this. Since the only reason I say this is because this rejection block, it's super obvious. It's a 1 minute rejection block on everyone's chart. Everyone sees it, right? This is a super obvious rejection block. So we could have aligned this 1 minute rejection block with the 5 second. Yeah, you can see that actually, since this was super obvious, this actually would have been good. Could have aligned this with this, and then change date on your 9:30. Oh, your 9:30 observation. I'll look at that in just a second. But yeah, once again, this is a way you could have been a lot more precise with it. 1 minute rejection block, 5 second change in state. And then you could take this down to that first presented for value gap. Once again, these markets are perfect. So, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Your 9:30 open comment observation. SMT with 9:30 open. Oh, wait. Oh yeah. It's even better with the 7:30 open. Look at the 7:30 open. We had SMT that's even better with the 7:30 open with this low. I don't know. I don't know if you're talking about 9:30 or 7:30. It sounds like you're talking about 9:30, but I think this is even better with the 7:30 low. Look at this. 7:30, because once again, 7:30 is the true open of the New York session. See how we get SMT and yeah, wow. It's pretty cool. I think that's what you're saying. I don't know though. Wow, we don't manipulate 7:30 here, but that's because ES did. Oh my gosh. Nothing obvious, being patient. Once again, guys, do I really care what happens on any given day? Like, no, I don't. I'm here for the long run. You won that long, same trade like yesterday, copy and paste. That's awesome. What was the trade? What time and what type of trade and what time frames? What was the trade? That's awesome though. Good job. You're rich at this point, Hanny. But yeah, I'm just here to show up. I just wish that I wasn't so tired in the mornings, because if I could not be so tired, then I could probably trade better. I don't know the solution for that, because I'm working 24/7, so yeah. Oh my gosh, we still have 20 minutes left. But I don't think I'm gonna get anything, so I'm just kind of here. Not shorting. We'll probably slowly chug our way up here. It's probably what's going to happen. There's probably going to be no more manipulation. It's just going to be slow chugging up towards further up into all-time highs. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's probably just going to go. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to chug up. So those equal lows, they looked interesting, but did not quite go to them. We were that bullish. Dang it, dude. I hate that I'm tired. It's like I'm trying my best to get enough sleep, but I'm not. It sucks. I genuinely feel like I'm trying so hard, and it's just never good enough. But I have to understand that even though I feel like my best isn't good enough, a lot of time I feel like my best is just not good enough, and I'm just failing. But you know, my best is my best. My best is always enough, and I feel like a lot of time, like I get down on myself because I feel like I'm trying my best. It's never good enough, but everything else outside trying my best is out of my control. So. Just gotta keep moving forward. And I hope you guys all realize that too. Like, everything else outside of you trying your best, all those other variables and factors, it's not in your control. So just relax, guys. Just relax, accept the journey, accept the process, accept where you are in life, and do everything you can that's in your control, right? Everything else, we just gotta be at peace with it and be accepting, right? I'll show you the trade I took. So, I kind of wish I took it off the 1 minute. Me and Hyper took the same trade. Nice, bro. So, the trade I took was we had previous day's high here. And we swept out all these highs. So, previous day's high, S&T. And then we had London S&T. So we had stacked S&Ts. And then what happened next is we had this 5-minute rejection block. I took it with the 5-minute rejection block. In hindsight, I think the 1 minute rejection block would have been more precise, but it's whatever. It's just a lesson learned. I took it with the 5-minute rejection block, and I measured out consequent encroachment. Once again, this rejection block's nice because it's just super obvious. Super obvious. But I think the 1 minute one would have been better. So let's just show off the 1 minute one, right? 1 minute rejection block here. So this is Phoenix model. 1 minute rejection block. Is actually Phoenix Mini. I waited for the midpoint, and then I went short at the midpoint. Stop above the high, and I scaled out. I was targeting the triple equal lows here, and I scaled out, but I the rest got stopped at break even. That was my trade. So Phoenix model. Higher time frame, we were in a buy model, so that was basically the lesson here is just be careful if you're in a higher time frame buy model, right? But I thought we had triple equal lows here. Eventually, I was thinking about leaving a runner to those, but that did not play out. And yeah, a big reason why we stopped here is just because we had the first presented for value gap perfectly right there. Perfectly right there. And then we end up getting S&T with it. And, you know, we go higher off of it. And if I'd seen that in the moment, I would have exited the rest of the position, but I didn't see it, so it's okay. it is very much okay. So, yeah, that was the trade. Yeah, you should share the trade in the Discord because I want to see it. Hey, what up, Jill? How's it going, bro? Yeah, I feel like there's nothing we can really do here, guys, because we're not gonna short and we're not gonna long. We're not shorting because we're at all-time highs. We're not longing because there's really no opportunity to long. So I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just here finishing out the live trading window and then I'm gonna move on. Oh, guys, I think today's Friday. Wait, is today Friday or Thursday? I think today's Friday. I got rid of all the orders. We're good here. Yeah, at this point, like, it's just tough. Like I said, it's probably most likely going to be TP hit, all-time high hit. Let's go. That's awesome, Haney. Great work. Yeah, like I was saying, this is most likely just going to be a slow chug higher, and there's not really much more to it. That's typically what happens at all-time highs because no one wants to short. Obviously, we're at all-time highs. And then people just kind of they're just long because we're at all-time highs. And then it creates this weird phenomenon where we create a slow chug into the moon. That's just what happens. I don't know. It's what I've seen, right? It just slowly chugs its way up to infinity and beyond. You know what I mean? That's just kind of what happens. Do not short at all-time highs, guys. It's just so... I mean, I know I took this short, but that's because we had triple equal lows, and I really like that rejection block. But yeah, typically you don't want to short at all-time highs. Like when it looks like this. Alright, 10 minutes left. Man. Yeah, one day at a time, guys. I'm accepting the journey as a process. I don't know how long it's going to take, but reality is, it is a process. So, wow, look at these curves, dude. Look at that curve. Oh my. Yeah, guys, there's not much else to commentate on other than we're on our way to the moon. We're on a mission to the moon. There's no more commentating to be done besides this is just the moon. We're on our way to the moon. Also a brunette with those curves. Yes, sir. You think NASDAQ is a girl or a boy? And do you think S&P is a girl or a boy? What do you guys think? NASDAQ, in my opinion, NASDAQ's a girl and S&P's a boy. To the moon. We ain't stopping. The market is just at all-time highs. It's just the type of stuff that happens. This is the type of stuff that happens at all-time highs, guys. We just go to the moon. To the moon. But yeah, guys, imagine if you took this 2-minute inversion. I'm sorry I hated on this inversion, guys. I'm sorry. I should not have hated on it. It had SMT with the first minute for value gap. It was actually so good. Mainly because it was delivering from the first minute for value gap with SMT, and it had a really good signature. The only thing I don't like is we don't sweep out an obvious low, but I changed my mind, guys. This was actually better than I thought because we had SMT and we're delivering from a gap. So I was wrong. I didn't see the SMT. I didn't see the first minute for value gap at the low. Hey guys, look at this. We're kind of bleeding. A little bit. Maybe we'll go lower. Who knows? I don't know though. Not convinced. I think the market just goes higher most of the time when you're at all-time highs. Then again, this is kind of seeming like a death candle here. Yeah, 1 minute change in state. Yeah, guys, this could deliver us lower. But I don't know. I'm not convinced because it's all-time highs. But if anything, this looks bearish. Maybe I'd put like a, limit order there. Because this looks like a 15-second 2022 model. But once again, I'm not a huge fan of shorting at all-time highs, but just making this observation that maybe we come back up to this gap and breaker, but it's a 15-second. I mean, take it with a grain of salt. It's probably not going to mean anything. Then again, this is kind of an inverse for value gap too. We have 5 minutes left. Maybe, yeah, this 3-minute inversion. Yeah, this could be a high. This could be. I just don't want to short at all-time highs, but this could end up work. You know what? Maybe I should have taken this, dude. That's actually clean. We'll see. Not convinced though, because once again, market's so bullish. It's another 5-minute gap here. Hey, that 3-minute inversion actually playing out very nicely. 3-minute inverse, and now we're going much lower off of it. So guys, this is a SOTEP style trade. The SOTEP style trade now. I don't know if you would necessarily take this, but right, we just go 1R, 1R. Well, maybe you probably go to this low. I don't know. But yeah, just a nice little inversion. Bang. SOTEP style. Take it like SOTEP. Oh man. But yeah, I don't think it's worth taking. All right, 4 minutes left. Essentially, we are just here watching. Look at the CRT at the high. I already know some CRT degen full ported, not full ported, but they're taking this down to like all-time lows. Like if you're a CRT degen, like you just take the CRT entry and then you just target crazy risk reward. ES doesn't have rejection block, but it still runs in this common. ES doesn't have rejection block, but it still runs as this common. Wait, ES doesn't have rejection block? What do you mean? Oh, this? I'm a little confused. What rejection block? What time frame and what rejection block? Yeah, guys, you can't be bearish here. You can't. Not no way. Then again, maybe. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the whole sleep issue. Feels like it's never gonna resolve itself. I don't know. Man, I'm tired. 9:09 or 11:09. Oh, like this? Oh, ES doesn't have a Phoenix model rejection block. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't totally matter because the NQ has it, but, and I don't think it's common, but yeah. It's definitely not common, but, I guess it happens, you know, but the key is that there's a rejection block. Okay, 11:10 Eastern, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this morning, and until next time, let's keep going. Peace out.